You are welcome to Njenje Media TV. This is a channel where we explore the truth behind the headlines. I remain your presenter, Mike Udenta. As we all have been waiting, finally, Senator Godswill Akpabio has disclosed the names of the senators that he threatened that were on the list of those doing contract for the NDDC. The Minister of Niger Delta Affairs, Godswill Akpabio, has revealed the names of those senators who allegedly got contracts from the Niger Delta Development Commission, the NDDC. In that document that was apparently cited by the This Day newspaper, Godswill Akpabio in the document revealed the names in a document attached to his response to the threat by the House of Representatives to sue him over the allegation that federal lawmakers were the major contractors of the NDDC. Now, the question every Nigerian must ask Femi Gbajabiamila, the one that was accused of malpractice in America, who many have said that he is not fit to be the Speaker of the House. The minister said in the document that the lawmakers padded the 19 budget of the NDDC with 19 contracts worth 9 billion naira. 9 billion naira. Then you ask yourself for 1 second, if these people who are padding the budget are the same people probing the affairs of the NDDC, is there any way any of us, anyone in his right sense of mind, will think that anything that they're probing will come to amount to anything? Because they are all in the same boat. The minister said that 4 senators, that means 4 serving senators, have received contract from the commission between 2017 to date. Akpabio, when he was a senator, because we have the document, also received contract. So he's not like he's being a saint. He is part of them. Everything he does is in cahoot with them. He is in bed with them, because we saw where he got a contract to fence a nursing school, to fence, I think, Uyo Polytechnic or whatever. One of them was 150 million, the other was 150 million. So that is the way they split them, because they know that they cannot go above 1 billion. So what they now do is that these thieves would split these contracts into multiple, smaller chunks in order to evade the radar where you have a lump sum. According to the list that Akpabio released, now these are the names of people in that list. One of them is that Senator Peter Nwoboshi allegedly executed 53 projects. The question is, we now say allegedly, because this, from the non-development of the Niger Delta area, you can never say that they executed this project. 53 projects. What we cannot verify is if these projects were delivered. The second person is Matthew Ugodibe. Matthew Ugo Gide, now again allegedly executed 6 projects, or rather 6 projects were awarded to him. James Manager, we've been hearing, he's a member of the PDP. We've been hearing that for so long, that James Manager is the CEO and one of those people that keep getting projects and they never bother to execute them. Now they tell us they do forensic audit. But what are they forensic auditing if they are not willing to apply the Chinese treatment to this? Because this is not only about Niger Delta. We have the Northeast Development Commission, where allegedly again over 100 billion is missing. You see, the Nigerian state is in a total mess that they no longer steal in millions anymore. They all steal in billions. The monies meant for our collective goods. That's why we do not have hospitals. That's why we do not have functional schools. That's why everybody goes to private school. The generations that went to public school no longer send their kids to public school. People, it is time to start a revolution to wipe out and to clean up this mess. The 4th senator mentioned here is Senator Sam Anyanwu, allegedly executed 19 projects. Okay, there are other members as well. Here we have Akpabio also alleged that the former chairman, the House of Representative Committee on the NDDC, Nicholas Motu, is linked to 74 projects. 74 projects, which included various emergency road projects in Delta, Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa, and Rivers State. So for how long would they do that? How can somebody who ought to be engaging in lawmaking now will go into Delta State, Akwa Ibom State, Bayelsa State, Rivers State, and do emergency road project? Yet these emergency road projects are done with the poorest of all poor quality. Sometimes they outright just walk away without doing anything. The minister further accused the chairman of the House of Representatives on NDDC, Tunji Ojo, of padding the 2019 budget of NDDC with 19 contracts worth 9 billion. 9 billion. Now they only steal in billions. There is nothing more like millions. Millions is basically maybe for children, and it appears to be something outdated. How can we allow these people to continue with this mindless stealing? Meanwhile, the Civil Society Groups for Good Governance, GSGGG, has called on President Muhammadu Buhari to head the Nigerian Senate, to heed the Nigerian Senate advice to sack the management of the NDDC. Well, these are not even the management; these are the interim management, ad hoc management. This is not a people that is fully constituted. Okay, so at this stage, Njenje Media would add their own voice that it is not enough to sack them. The Niger Delta Development Commission, the Northeast Development Commission, the EFCC, the ICPC, all their cases must be looked into, and those found wanting, including if the Attorney General of the Federation is also found wanting, even within the army, everyone found wanting must be given the Chinese treatment. We cannot be treating these things that is as deadlier than Ebola and coronavirus combined, and we are treating it with kid gloves. No, it is time to look deeper. If you recall, the Senate President had on Thursday last week, July 23rd, asked the President to, as a matter of urgency, sack Keme Bradikum Pondi-led Interim Management Committee on the NDDC over alleged financial recklessness. Why wouldn't they have a financial recklessness? Yet these are a people that shared 1.83 billion. And you ask yourself, what for? And they were defending it that it was for their own COVID relief. Did any of them suffer COVID? No. Did any of them lose their job as a result of COVID? No. Did any of them not get their salary when COVID came? No. So what was the COVID palliative for a people that have not suffered from COVID? Many people, including those in the banking sector, lost their job, yet they got nothing. Many people could not go out, those that only work and earn a living unless they work. They did not get anything. Many people lost their job. No one paid them job seekers allowance. No one paid them any form of benefit. But those in NDDC that had their job, that had their salaries, that had their allowances, yet they went ahead and shared money and called it COVID palliative for themselves. We blame I think it's time to see that corruption resides everywhere. Corruption resides in the Niger Delta, resides in the southeast, southwest, south, northeast, northwest, not everywhere. The challenge here is that the people of the Niger Delta, whose oil are being taken every day, and we are here talking about peanuts, because these things that they are taking is basically peanuts compared to the amount that they take every single day. How can people come from their place and be in your place, own the oil wells, and you're looking at them? Something is not adding up, people. This nation cannot work and does not work. We have been advocating to go back to the concept of the Aburi Accord that was agreed in 1967 before Philip Asiodun and the former Oba of Benin advised General Yakubu Gowon against it, because that was a restructuring that was agreed on based on the realities of that time, that each region should govern themselves and have certain amount of money that they sent to the center. But suddenly, these things were thrown out of the windows. Today, the Igbos, the southeast and the south, which is the old eastern region, want to break away and be in their own nation called Biafra. The Yorubas want their own nation called Oduduwa Republic. The Midwest also want their own nation. The Middle Belt, if they don't want, let them stay with the North. But we at Njenje Media will think, in as much as we are all discontented with the way these things is working, we believe that the easiest way to get what we want collectively is by way of coming together as Southerners. Because as Igbos, we can comfortably compete with the Yorubas. We can comfortably compete with the people of the Niger Delta, the Middle Belt, and even the Midwest. But how can you compete with someone from Yobe when they say if you're from Anambra you need to score 139 to get into a unitary school, and someone from Yobe has to score only 2? Whereas a child from Anambra State that has scored 139 will be crying that he or she has not passed an exam. Someone who has just scored 2, barely 2 marks, is jubilating that he or she has passed an exam. Well, again, what we are saying is that there must be a way out here, and the only way out we see is that there must be unity of purpose, that the people of southern Nigeria must come together to find how to get these things done. Now, if we come back to these names that Akpabio dropped, now, as I said before, there is a group that said that the Senate, that the president should listen to what the Senate said, basically heeding to their advice to disband Niger Delta and move it back to the presidency. And here at Njenje Media, we will say no, that is absolutely arrant nonsense, because the president Buhari has not shown capacity to send back NDDC to him. He has been the Minister of Petroleum. Yet all the corruption happening in NNPC, he has said nothing about them. He has probed nothing about them. All the things happening, we do not know. He's still the Minister of Petroleum, and we do not know what is happening in NNPC. So how can a man who has shown incompetence in managing NNPC be given the job to manage NDDC under his watch? That is absolute a no-no. Well, again, we maintain here at Njenje Media that no matter what is happening, we must come together as a people to fight this monster. This is the reason why Nigeria is not making progress, because you have individuals who are in corridors of power, stealing and raping the nation dry. Whenever anybody says anything, these same individuals are protected. They are protected by the same system. And this time, we must dismantle this entity. Once more, my name is Mike Udenta.